hurricane support from Wisconsin. Julie Zimmerman is the Wisconsin Regional Chief Operating Officer of the American Red Cross. She tells our partners at WISC TV in Madison that they will be anywhere they are needed.
We are helping with everything. I mean, everything from evacuation shelters with Milton to continuing to shelter and reunification efforts with Helene down, like I said, in the Carolinas right now.
Zimmerman is one of over 60 Wisconsinites heading down south for hurricane support. One person is dead and another seriously injured in a double shooting. Milwaukee police say the incident started around 10:30 p.m. Wednesday night near 68th and Hampton on Milwaukee's northwest side. A 25-year-old died from multiple gunshot wounds at the hospital, and a second 25-year-old was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. The cause of that shooting is still under investigation. In Milwaukee,
the focus at MPS should be on learning, not waiting for officers to arrive on site to handle incidents that we're seeing almost daily.
That's Lauren Gruhl, Associate Counsel with the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty. Will is suing Milwaukee Public Schools for failing to provide the required 25 resource officers that are mandated by Act 12. Gruhl breaks down the lawsuit for WTMJ.
They have a duty that's written into law that they need to comply with. So we're asking the court for a writ of mandamus to say this is part of the law. You have to do what you're required to do by law.
The Milwaukee Police Department received over 3,000 calls from Milwaukee Public Schools during the last school year alone. A school board member gets her district investigated. Melissa Niffenegger is a homeschool parent and school board member at the Unified School District in De Pere. She filed a complaint with the State Department of Public Instruction for a practice called 3Qing. This is where kids learn to read words based on meaning, visual signs, and syntax. The state banned the practice this year. Niffenegger tells our partners at NBC 26 TV in Green Bay she's not convinced.
The reason why I'm concerned is because there's some language and graphs and things that I've been given that I'm concerned that they may not have taken it fully out.
The superintendent is adamant that the curriculum does not include 3Qing. Time for news about your money with your WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything's still in the red on the boards here. The Dow is down 170 to 42,341. Your S&P 500 down 20 to 5,772. And the NASDAQ down 67 to 18,226. Get an honest opinion of where you are financially and where you're headed. Work with a fee-only fiduciary. Start at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10:04.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
I know you have a great dog, right? But you know there's room for improvement. At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we can help. Our attention-based training system uses modern technology to help you better communicate with your dog, even in high distraction. When you schedule a free consultation with us, you will have the opportunity to see our training in action and meet for yourself our happy dogs off leash and under control. Contact Sit Means Sit today at 262-361-3641 or find us on the web at sitmeansitwaukesha.com to schedule your free consultation so you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog.
Milwaukee College Prep, dedicated to closing the opportunity gap for children in Milwaukee, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dreams. Join me, Good Karma Brand's founder CEO Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 17th, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee's most challenged communities. Milwaukee College Prep is closing the opportunity gap. To learn more and purchase tickets, go to MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com and click support.
When you walk into your bathroom, is it turn this into this? With our SiteX Creepiest Tub or Shower Contest. Enter a picture of your creepy tub or shower space at WTMJ.com for a chance to win a brand new complete tub or shower conversion installed at no cost, up to a $10,000 value. Enter your picture by texting creepy to the WTMJ talk and text line. It's the Creepiest Shower Contest, only here on WTMJ.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Bucks continue the preseason tonight against the Lakers at Fiserv Forum. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock, and our coverage starts at 6:30 right here on WTMJ. The New York Mets advanced to the NLCS with a win over the Phillies, and Packers wide receiver Christian Watson is still dealing with an ankle injury and is hopeful to play Sunday against the Cardinals. He was at limited participation for practice on Wednesday. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic 4 incidents to talk about on the board today. We've got a disabled vehicle to the exit at Hampton Avenue from 4145 South. That's going to be in your way, and it's causing slowdowns there. 4394 North at the ramp from 6th Street. The center lane is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Be careful there. We've got on the 894 West ramp from Loomis, the right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. One more down here. Oh, there's my map. 94 North at Wisconsin 20, the left shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast for your Thursday. We've got some sunny skies and with a chance of rain here. For your Friday, partly cloudy, warm, and a high of 80. For your Saturday, partly cloudy, cooler, a high of 64. And for your Sunday, a slight chance of showers, breezy and cool, with a high of 59. Right now in Madison, it's 55. In Green Bay, it is 53. In Waukesha, it's 58. And here in Milwaukee, it is sunny and 61 degrees. I'm Tiff Pua. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10:08.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, it's time to fast forward. Welcome to the future of almost everything in Wisconsin on the Upswing. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Joining WTMJ's Jeff Sherman, here's Steve Glenn and Martin Moore.
I've been to the year 3000, and not much has changed, but they lived underwater. And your great-great-great-granddaughter.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy Thursday. Steve Glenn, Martin Moore, back in the saddle in our beautiful Avenue Studios here in downtown Milwaukee. The future of almost everything. A lot of different topics teed up today. Commerce, community, as always, analysis on local and national issues. We're going to talk some technology. How about some AI? What platforms we're using, how much we're paying for them, what we are getting done with them. The future of emissions, not only in the state of Wisconsin, but what else can we make more self-service in our world to save us time and money? Burnout, lost productivity. It is National World Mental Health Day. New Facebook glasses with Ray-Ban. I know Martin's going to have a hot take on those and what that will be for our future not only in social, but our future in the real world. So much going on. We're going to cover it all. But as we do each and every morning on the Upswing, let's go. 2 Up.
Now it's time for the 2 Up on the Upswing.
I've had some fans and listeners ask what's happening on the corner of Santa Monica Boulevard and Hampton Road, right there kind of in the intersection of Shorewood and Whitefish Bay. Kind of a gateway corner. There's a CVS there. There's a gas station. The Dairy Queen is right off the corner. But right on the northeast corner of Santa Monica and Hampton Road in Whitefish Bay, it will be Milwaukee County's first affordable housing project in Whitefish Bay. Sparrow Commercial LLC plans, well, they already demolished 3 buildings on that corner and now are in the process of building a 17-unit apartment building. Rents will range from $1,000 a month to $1,250 a month, which would be considered affordable for families earning the county median income of $50,000 per year. Sparrow is the developer of this project that is called the Hampton. The signs just went up. A lot of people asking questions. Hey, when is it going to be completed? I haven't been able to get a completion date, but the project is moving forward, which is great to hear. Also, your iPhone just got a whole lot better. I wanted to bring this. This is a little bit of news you can use, starting with the iPhone 14, and I'm sure Martin Moore knows this, but Apple has quietly turned on it's satellite power on its phones. First, obviously, people could use them to contact emergency services, especially with hurricane challenges now. But the latest software update, you can now text family and friends via satellite. So in the aftermath of Helene and obviously Milton now, here's the really easy way to enable satellite messaging if you have an iPhone. The hardware needed to connect to satellites. It's all in your phone already. Models 14, 15, and 16. You go to settings, and then you go to general, then you go to about, and you can find the model name, and everything is in there. The emergency SOS compatibility should just work. You have to have iOS 18 downloaded, though. But boom, satellite texting, even if you don't have that heavy signal, it's enabled, and it is there for your use no matter where you are. I had to put that out there because I think it's one of those things. You got to make sure you have the most recent operating system on your phone, and I want to keep you safe in all situations, no matter what.
And keep people texting.
I used it this weekend. I used satellite in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah? No, good. All right, when we come back, we are going to talk about the strengths, the weaknesses, some of the opportunities, and some of the threats of living right here in Milwaukee. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Creative Planning presents Rethink Your Money with John Hagenson, Saturday afternoon at 2. Join John each week as he challenges financial advice you've been given and reaffirms what you know to be true. If your financial plan doesn't include taxes, insurance, estate planning, and investing, it's incomplete and you can't afford to miss out. At Creative Planning, we provide all the expertise, all the advice you need, all in-house. To learn more, visit creativeplanning.com/radio.
We've found that the high road is worth the climb, and it's less crowded. At Semperfi, everything we do is done to the best of our ability. There are no shortcuts. It's pretty simple. We do what we say we're going to do because we fully understand that a reputation is never given. It's always earned. It is in our nature to keep our values intact so that when we leave your job, you'll be right there to shake our hand with satisfaction. We've installed massive flat roofs and shingled huge churches, schools, and all kinds of homes from modest to extravagant, all with integrity and pride in our work. And we're going to keep doing it for generations to come. That's what Always Faithful means to us. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semperfi.
Julia Fellow here for Elmbrook Family Dental. Their patient Michelle just sent us this note about how easy the patient process is at elmbrookfamilydental.com and welcoming they are to families. They have 2 convenient locations in Brookfield and a 3rd office brand new in Wauwatosa at 800 Mayfair Road. She wrote, the staff and providers are so kind. They went above and beyond with my daughter's first ever dentist appointment. I love this place. So do I, Michelle. Head to elmbrookfamilydental.com. That's ELMBROOK familydental.com.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Let's give away a gift card to the Mine Shaft Restaurant in either beautiful downtown Hartford or just off Highway 41 near the EAA in Oshkosh. Both locations are full of creativity. The dining rooms, fun to explore. That's why they call it the Mine Shaft. Super affordable, a ton of fun, really family friendly as well. Our kids love it. Your kids will love it. The grandkids will love the world-class game room, quietly and conveniently set aside from the dining areas. Kids under 5 eat free Monday through Thursday from the kids menu. And every Thursday, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza. Say it with me, Martin and Steve.
For free.
Indeed. Caller number 9, 855-616-1620 gets a gift card to the historic Mine Shaft. Steve, Glenn, Martin Moore. So I've had I don't know if it's just like We're getting towards the end of the year, but I've had this question several times.
It's really close to the end of the year.
I don't know. I'm actually finishing my taxes because I delayed them to October 15th. So I'm in this tax finance mode. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I had a bunch of things I had to take care of.
Sure.
So
when you make
anyway,
won the lottery.
That's right. Yes. But I've had a lot of people ask me this week, and I'm not sure where it's coming from, but like, hey, why do you live in Milwaukee? Why do you live in Greater Milwaukee? What are the strengths that keep you here? So I wanted, I have these insights in the studio here with me. I know we could do this all show, but let's do this for this segment. Give me your number one strength for Greater Milwaukee.
The network, the people. You're in such close proximity to whatever you want to get done. It's so simple. Even if you don't have a network, to get into the network, people are so receptive. The people.
And you feel like that's a difference maker as opposed to different markets?
I hear it all the time, especially in Chicago. Like, this would take me so long to get done. This would take me so long to meet this person, to have coffee with this person. It's a different game here.
Yeah, I like to call that our lack of pretense. I think the lack of pretense in this market is incredibly real, and it's a true benefit. Martin?
Yeah, I mean, mine is the opportunity. I've said this a million times on podcasts and interviews, this radio show. We're very fortunate that we live in an up-and-coming city. Milwaukee's not even close to reaching the apotheosis that it could be. And there's just so much opportunity here. And there's a lot of cities out there who have been dying for years and decades or never bounced back from COVID. And we're very fortunate that there's development, there's job opportunity, there's networking, there's just so much here.
Our favorite restaurant survives.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
And so for me, it's just the opportunity. I get really frustrated with people that are like, oh, I'm going to go move to Chicago, LA, New York. And it's like, the only thing over there is more competition.
Yeah.
And so for me, the number one thing is opportunity, many other things. But
yeah. And there's, without a doubt, you look at climate and climate change. Yeah. We don't have the amount of natural disasters in this market or in this state or the Midwest.
Occasional tornado.
Right.
One of the largest sources of fresh water on planet Earth. It's not that bad. Winter, it barely snows, at least in the city anymore.
Now.
Right.
Don't wreck that.
Which keeps our home insurance costs down and makes things, more affordable.
Living is affordable
sure.
here. I mean, every time I travel, and I travel a lot, we look at condo prices, house prices, and people would be shocked at how affordable Milwaukee is compared to even other similar sized cities like St. Louis or Cleveland or something like that.
All right, so we're going strength, we're going weakness. The W, Steve.
I have a really petty take on this one. I want the street lines painted better. That is a weakness of this city. It's bad enough you've got kind of people driving like they're on racetracks. You can't even see the lines in the road.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Okay. All right. Martin?
Mine is going to be public transportation / like biking. There's so many cities I've gone to where I'm just like, man, I don't even know if I'd have a car. Like, there's just such a network and infrastructure for taking public transportation, or if you want to bike or take an e-bike, dedicated lanes. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir. We all know the situation with driving and reckless driving in Milwaukee. Right. I'm not biking on our streets. Are you kidding me?
It's scary.
It is.
But I put that in opportunity just because I see how the city is transforming its streets right now.
Right.
Like, we're on a good path.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But, yeah.
With increased density, with more population, comes those opportunities to enhance connections and public transit. And that's, you roll the weaknesses right into the opportunity. Yep. I think that is a big opportunity. The aspirational, let's get to 1 million population in Milwaukee, I think is incredibly aspirational. I'd like to see that come down. Let's get 75,000, 100,000 additional people in the next 5 years first, because I think that 1 million number is just so high that people are like, whoa.
We don't have the infrastructure for 1 million people. We don't have the housing. We don't have the transportation. And so if you get stuck in traffic right now on the freeway, boy, you ain't going to like it when there's 1 million people.
Yeah,
exactly.
So what's the biggest threat living in Greater Milwaukee?
Everyone moving here and it's scooping up all the houses, and because we have no natural disasters.
That's happening.
That is true. Yeah, rising prices for sure. I think that's coming. We have this affordability, I think, complex that we all share if we've lived here for a long time, but the prices are creeping
Sales
up.
tax went up. Just everything in general is going up. And, once there's just a huge demand with more people, housing is going to go up. And so That's my biggest one.
I know we're not taking on like the crime, education, those kind of issues on this topic, on this scenario, but I think it's becoming a big city is kind of a threat to me. I like it how it is. It's really awesome.
Small walking.
You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's where we have to get, Steve Glenn. All right, you're listening to The Upswing, and this is WTMJ.
Get inside the mind of Mark Tauscher.
When you did the impressions of Coach Alvarez, which I love doing on the radio with the state now.
See the world from his perspective.
When Barry would get really mad or very frustrated, his voice goes up 15 octaves.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, every day at 7:50.
God dang it, come on, we got guys over at the towers not paying attention.
Mark Tauscher, presented by Hello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. Financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and the ins and outs of your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member, FDIC.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
When it's time for an Aaron snowblower, buying local is important. Purchasing one from Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment means you're well taken care of after the sale. The Olson's knowledgeable staff handles the warranty and parts, can answer all of your questions, and is available to do tune-ups and repairs. Check out the impressive line of Aaron's snowblowers on display at the Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment showroom in Muskego. Aaron's is offering an instant in-store rebate and 2-year extended warranty. Check it out at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment in Muskego.
Hey, it's 620 WTMJ's Kristen Bry. I officially have a new dentist. I just had my first cleaning and checkup with Dr. James Michaels at Economwalk Dental Care, and I can't say enough about him and his awesome staff. Do you want your best smile for all those holiday family photos that are coming up? Have you not been to the dentist in a while? Do you have a fear of going to the dentist? Whatever reason you have for needing a new dentist, I am here to tell you to go see Dr. Michaels. He understands your apprehension about going to the dentist and will get you on the best care plan to get you confident about your smile. Whether you need a simple cleaning and exam, a teeth whitening, a more complex dental procedure, or even an implant for missing teeth, Economwalk Dental will always make you feel as comfortable as possible and give you and your family an amazing smile. Are you worried about cost? At Economwalk Dental Care, affordable quality dentistry is no longer a dream. It's the reality. Dr. Michael's fantastic staff can help you out with a no-interest payment plan. We all have to go to the dentist, so do not put it off any longer. Call and make an appointment today. You deserve to feel confident about your smile, so go see my new dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Economwalk Dental Care.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore, Steve Glenn, Commerce, Community, Connections, and much, much more. So, gentlemen, have you paid for any AI platforms that have made your work life more productive? Like, what are you seeing out there in terms of platforms, and which ones do you use and why?
I got a long take on this, so Martin, you can go if you want to start.
All right, Martin.
I pay with my data and information. I haven't paid actual money. I use GPT a lot.
Okay.
I'm naturally a really, really strong writer, but I spend a lot of time thinking about what I want to say and just articulating things. And so it does a really good job of, like, you can just put in a prompt and just be like, rewrite this to sound more professional or casual/professional, and then put in what you wrote, and it'll sort of refine it and tweak it in a way that I would normally write it.
Okay.
Where I see a problem with that is I know people that are completely relying on it that aren't strong writers, and it's coming up with these great sounding resumes and paragraphs and letters and stuff like that. And an employer.
Then you meet the person.
Yeah, you meet the person, or an employer. You go to an interview and then you sound like a bumbling idiot.
Right.
That's where there's going to be a problem. I think a lot of people are going to get found out that they're.
What do you use for the spell check? Whatever's in the platform in your email program, or do you use a Grammarly or pay for a product like that?
I mean, Outlook spell checks for me.
Okay.
Photoshop, I have to MailChimp.
But you don't use an extension product?
No.
I drop it in
and I'm
Google
a
Doc.
terrible speller.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
So I probably spend about 120 a month.
Okay, on different platforms.
And
the pro versions and the upgraded
yeah.
versions that get you more use and more data and more insights.
I use Claude AI for more written stuff, the way Martin described. But as like the podcasting world, I use Happy Scribe to turn my audio into text quickly. I use Auphonic to help produce and level the audio in an episode.
Okay.
And Descript to edit. And it's like just makes everything faster. But, to Martin's point, I had this talk in a college classroom about AI recently, and they're like, well, this will happen or this could happen. Like, you have to be good at something before you can be efficient at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so if you're
said.
not good, these tools are just going to expose that.
It's a crutch.
Yeah.
Well, and your point to the classroom, I think, is a really good one, because you're hearing it now, especially in the high schools, that teachers are just saying, no AI platforms at all.
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
That's the stance we're taking. But the reality is you have to know how to use it, because you're going to continue to learn and you're going to need it.
Yeah. And I think the next where we're going is building your own bots within the Claude or the ChatGPT environments that will just automate all or a lot of what you're doing.
I mean, my go-to platform right now is Perplexity. I think it answers questions really well in depth. It sources a ton of different platforms. The pro version's $20 a month. I haven't upgraded yet. I just don't have that amount of use yet. But have either of you used Notebook LM?
No,
but
I've heard of it.
I did just talk with the guy who's in charge of it.
Look at that! Look
Chief
at
of
Steve
Staff
with the big
at
time
Google
answer.
Voice. Yeah,
wow.
I haven't used it yet, but I saw a demo. It is incredible.
So Notebook LM from Google generates podcasts from uploaded content, creating lifelike dialogues with AI voices. So essentially, you take whatever content you need,
hours and hours of that would
a
take
research
you to read.
paper.
Yes.
What I did, I was just at doctor's office last week. I got full lab work, full blood work, and I'm like, Doc, what do I do with this? Because he's going to give me his insights, but I want data. I want more actionable insights as to how I can use this. I dumped in all my blood work results. It gave me back a podcast and showed me what I should be doing, what vitamins I should be taking. You got to ask the right questions, but it's really interesting and a great way to generate content based upon data that I just don't understand reading.
So here's a question. I mean, we obviously all know this. There's certain bias in all these AI models. And when it comes to things like, let's say, healthcare, I just watched this Amazon documentary on how I'm not supposed to eat meat and it's going to give me every single cancer on planet Earth and I should be on a plant-based diet. Yeah. Putting in your blood work and it recommends changes to you. Where's it going to get the correct information? And because it's garbage in, garbage out. It only knows what it knows.
Exactly. And I want to put that against what my doctor's saying.
Sure.
Or what my nurse is saying, and I want to source it with multiple platforms. But if it can give me more data and put it in a more consumable way, that's going to help enhance my life.
You should start smoking and drinking bourbon, Jeff, and eating red meat.
Done.
All right. When we come back, lessons that we can learn on today, World Mental Health Day. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News and local headlines are coming up next. And also, later in the show, emissions are going self-service in the state of Wisconsin, but we'll have some ideas on other things that can save us time and money and go self-service in our world. This is the Upswing, TMJ.
This is a special report from ABC News. Hurricane Milton, I'm Sherry Preston. It barreled ashore on the west coast of Florida, plowed across the state, and made its way into the Atlantic. Hurricane Milton has now moved on. John Crosby is the police chief in Bradenton Beach, Florida.
We're seeing a lot of wind damage. Roofs have been compromised. We've had some structures that were compromised. They blew off the stilt.
Still, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says the storm surge wasn't nearly as high as forecasters had predicted.
A lot of places in Pinellas County, and they had negative storm surge because it sucked the water out of the bay. So in terms of all that, where you'd see the entire Tampa Bay area underwater, that did not happen.
President Biden monitoring the cleanup and FEMA's response.
The president is being continuously briefed. He's in contact with state and local officials, and he is pledging to stand by those impacted for as long as it takes to rescue, recover, and rebuild. His message this morning: we have your back.
ABC Chief White House Correspondent Mary Bruce. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10:31. I'm Tiff Pua. The Wisconsin Judicial Commission files a complaint against a Dane County judge for misconduct. The commission says that Judge Ellen Burrs willfully violated Wisconsin Supreme Court rules by arguing directly with one defendant during a court proceeding and setting out to arrest another who failed to show up for a court hearing. The commission is asking the State Court of Appeals to hear the complaint against Burrs and recommend discipline. Under state law, that could include being removed from the bench. Road rage leads to a highway shooting. The Ozaukee County Sheriff says it happened just before 11 a.m. on Wednesday on I-43 North near Port Washington Road in Mequon. A blue Ford Fusion pulled up to the right of a gray Toyota Tundra and fired one round into the car, with the bullet going through the door and into the vehicle. The driver was unhurt, but witnesses say a road rage incident earlier led to this shooting. 21-year-old Cameron Bardney of Milwaukee was arrested. The gun and drugs were found in the car. Charges are pending. And the Social Security Administration announces benefits and supplemental security income payments will increase 2.5% in 2025. On average, Social Security retirement benefits will increase about $50 per month starting in January as the cost of living adjustment. This will affect nearly 68 million Social Security beneficiaries. Time for news about your money with the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Still everything in the red today. The Dow is down 112 points to 42,339. The S&P 500 down 12 to 5,779. And the NASDAQ is down 30 to 18,260. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at your roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic, we've got 3 incidents on the board to keep an eye on. The first one is that there's a disabled vehicle on the exit to Hampton Avenue at 45 South. It is off to the shoulder, but keep an eye on that one. It is causing backups on that ramp. We've got, there goes my map. Hold on. At 894 West, the ramp to Loomis Road, there's a the right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. It is off in the grass, so keep an eye on that. And finally, 94 North at Wisconsin 20, the left shoulder is still blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, sunny and mild, a high of 73 inland, cooler by the lake at 68. Tonight, mainly clear, a chance to see the northern lights, a low of 53. For your Friday, partly cloudy, breezy, and warm, a high of 80. For your Saturday, partly cloudy again, a chance of rain at night, a high of 62. And Sunday, chance of showers, cool and breezy, a high of 58. For your Monday, a chance of showers, the same thing, cool and breezy, a high of 55. Right now in Delafield, it's 60. In Racine, it's 64. And in Milwaukee, it's sunny and 62. I'm Tiff Pua, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 10:34.
When you need to sell quickly, choose Grandview to buy your home, even if it's less than perfect. Don't waste time and money on finding a real estate agent and dealing with showings. We'll buy your home completely as is. No repairs, not even a clean out. Grandview Homes gives you an offer in hours, and we close on the day you choose in as little as 10 days with no closing costs. Visit GrandviewHomes.com for your fair cash offer today. Grandview Homes, the fastest and easiest way to sell your home.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Numbness, tingling in the hands, arms, legs, feet. Time to go see Dr. Alex Young and my team at Connect Chiropractic. Regular chiropractic care can bring life-changing results for folks who suffer from neuropathy and fibromyalgia, nervous system issues that can be corrected. And no worries about twisting, cracking, or popping. The docs at Connect Chiro use all the same method, a special tool that is pain-free and effective for your adjustments. Visit them in Delafield and Wauwatosa or get started online at GoConnectChiro.com.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this fall? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We invite you to participate in the WTMJ Fall 2024 Fan Survey. Really easy. Takes less than 10 minutes. We want your feedback. All you have to do is just text the word survey to the WTMJ talk and text line at 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. The link will be texted to you as a thank you for your participation. You can register to win a couple tickets to the Milwaukee Bucks this new season. Actually, they play tonight, preseason game. LeBron's been tweeting about it. And you also get registered to win an overnight stay at the beautiful Pfister Hotel right here in downtown Milwaukee. Steve Glenn, Martin Moore. Today is World Mental Health Day.
Yeah.
So I just get my general question for both of you. You know, obviously, you look at some of the numbers. You know, some of the American Heart Association has reported that 4 out of 5 employees, that's 82%, are saying they sometimes feel burnt out in their role. I mean, I think no matter what role you're in, you probably feel burnt out at some point. But you look at the dollars and the lost productivity. Gallup is saying it's almost $2 trillion that the economy loses because of stress and just negativity, the disengagement, the reduced productivity that comes with challenged mental health. What do you do each and every day to just make sure your mind is right? And, you know, to our last conversation, are there apps, are there services that maybe you're paying a couple bucks for that you get a lot out of?
Me, and I'll just be completely transparent, I struggle with depression, anxiety. I have terrible OCD and ADHD. I've been able to mitigate all that stuff without drugs or anything like that. But for me, the biggest thing is video games. And I get really frustrated when people make fun of gamers, because video games is the only way that I disconnect from social media, from the real world, from the news that's stressing me out, from the people in the hurricane that are suffering and dying, from everything that's going on, from the election. And video games is the only way I can unplug, and I feel so refreshed, as if I meditated or I took a nap.
That's so cool.
And for me, that's my thing. That's what I do. Some people, they read. Some people, they run. But I think you have to have something.
Yeah, without a doubt. Steve?
I get up as often as I can early and sit, whether that's before everyone wakes up or after everyone's gone, and just think. And just with nothing on, no phone, look outside.
Yeah, I have that routine in the morning that I need to do each and every day to just get my mind right with my reading and my breath work. I have this Whoop band that monitors stress and heart rate variability and sleep, and they just added steps finally.
Ooh, nice.
It's $239 per year for the service, but I find, you know, sometimes, to your point, it can be data overload. You can get all this information, but I like to look at it, and it shows, all right, you're doing okay now. Maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. And it just gives me a day-to-day look at kind of what my body's telling me.
Sure, it's important.
Yes.
I mean, knowing your heart rate and knowing a lot of these health things on a daily, weekly, monthly basis is vital, because it can catch you off guard real quick. You can mess up your body in 3 months real fast.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned productivity, because, you know, my day job is with the Milwaukee Youth Symphony Orchestra, and as traditional as that might sound to some people, they're very progressive on flexibility. And mental health for me often is working in the space or place with people that I just feel like is going to be the best that day.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of instructors there that are teaching kids how to be creative, how to optimize their instruments. Yeah. And the same for teachers. You look at teachers now. I mean, the burnout levels are really high because it's hard to turn it off.
Yep.
Yes.
right?
And that's why, I've talked to a lot of people who are in situations where that, they have a family and they have a mortgage and they have responsibilities and loans, and going to work, going to the office, they were working with people that would stress them out. They hated their job, but they couldn't get out of it. The whole work from home thing brought away that stress, and they didn't hate their job as much, and their stress levels went down, and they were eating better. And so
one of your family more.
And one of the things I frustrated with is the whole bring people back to work just to see their faces, even if it's not necessary. You're introducing that stress and anxiety to people that don't need to have it in certain situations.
No matter what, it's good to know that there are a lot of solutions and low-cost solutions out there that are easily attainable.
And call and ask for help. There's hotlines.
Call and ask for help.
Friends, family.
All right, when we come back, well, maybe something that isn't helping our mental health, but the future of Facebook and Meta. How much are those new Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, and how will we all use them? This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Hey, remember, Sweetest Day is almost here. It's Saturday, October 19th. Think about how much your sweetheart means to you. WTMJ's John Merck here. I've got a great idea. Take the love of your life to the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford, the most affordable Sweetest Day dining destination. You're going to have a blast. Your Sweetest Day steak dinner is just $19.95. That's crazy. Seriously. $19.95. Prime rib is under $25. Or enjoy your favorite Italian, Mexican, a big juicy burger, a fresh salad. You can relax with a cold brew, an old fashioned, a bourbon, or a glass of your favorite wine. It's a perfect Sweetest Day dinner. The Mine Shaft, great locations, beautiful downtown Hartford, and just off Highway 41 in Oshkosh, right near EAA. Lots of seating, close parking, it's easy, and your Sweetest Day steak dinner is under $20. Desserts are buy one, get one free. I love that. You don't have to overpay for your Sweetest Day dinner at the Mine Shaft. It's going to be a special night. Make a quick call. Reserve your table today. The Mine Shaft.
Annex Wealth Management. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Losing your independence and moving out of your home. It's one of the greatest fears seniors have. What are your most difficult challenges? Daily chores, transportation, loneliness from the loss of friends and family? Seniors Helping Seniors has been serving Southeast Wisconsin for over a decade, specializing in in-home care, catering to your specific needs. Having someone who also acts as a companion will enhance your mental and emotional health and help keep you where you want to be. In-home care for seniors by seniors. Contact Seniors Helping Seniors Waukesha today.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Debbie Lazaga here for Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. This month only, get zero interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Luxstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote, with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Welcome back to The Upswing. Martin Moore, Steve Glenn joined today. A lot of people talking about the future of Meta, the future of Facebook. Indeed, it very well could be the new Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. You're looking at about $299 for the basic Wayfair model, Some of them up to $379 for a little bit more style and usability. You add prescription, you add another $160 to $300 for these things. But
Worth it.
They capture photos. You can live stream as you're wearing them to Facebook and Instagram. Meta AI text translation, Spanish, French, Italian, English. So finally, I think for a wearable that you're putting over your eyes, these have some actual real use at a price. I don't want to say it's affordable, but it's pretty approachable for many.
And they look nice.
They do look nice. I watched a interview that The Verge did where they got to sort of play around with them and see what they can do. I think the version that you see right now, reviews and stuff, is not like the final version that ships.
Yeah.
I like yeah. Oh, can you buy that one now?
It looks like you can buy these.
Yes, you can.
I struggle with this because I'm an 80s baby, and I've been watching tech companies try and force us to wear something on our face.
Right.
3D glasses, 3D movies, VR, Apple Vision Pro,
headsets that cover
Snapchat
half the face.
spectacles, Google glasses, like all of this stuff. And at every turn, they lose billions, and people just basically say, I don't want them. I mean, the MetaQuest lost, I don't remember, I'm making the number up, but it was 30, 50, $500 million something. I don't think the average person wants to wear something on their face. I just don't.
I think I'm going to buy these.
Unless it's a contact lens.
I think I'm going to buy them.
Yeah.
I'm going to get them.
I mean, there's a niche group of people that
I just
want to use it
out. Yeah.
But I just don't think it will ever be as ubiquitous as like a smartphone or even the watch. Everyone always thought the Apple Watch was going to fail. And I was like, no, the people wear watches.
No, right.
That's an easy swap.
There has to be a good use case. They have to be fashion forward.
Yeah.
They have to be priced right.
Not heavy.
And these are smart glasses that give you the ability to make calls, send texts, that control all the features. You don't have to press and hold on your phone. I mean, they seemingly work well without a ton of work. And that's what people want.
I'm
that
doing
path to least
you got to charge
resistance.
them. It's another thing you got to remember.
Yeah.
It's another thing that you could easily break. I mean, how many times have we broken our own glasses?
All these are like, yes, you just make me want to buy them even more. Everything you're saying.
It's definitely a niche market. I mean, there's people that will want them. I just don't think your next door neighbor or your Aunt Judy's going to buy them.
We're going to do a future show with our Ray-Ban Meta glasses.
Bring them next week.
Yes,
we are putting that on the list for sure. All right, we all know that we kind of roll our eyes a little bit when you talk about the DMV, but the reality is that renewing your vehicle's registration is getting easier and easier. More on that when we come back. You're listening to The Upswing. This is WTMJ.
When you walk into your bathroom, is it turn this into this? With our SiteX Creepiest Tub or Shower Contest. Enter a picture of your creepy tub or shower space at WTMJ.com for a chance to win a brand new complete tub or shower conversion installed at no cost, up to a $10,000 value. Enter your picture by texting creepy to the WTMJ talk and text line. It's the Creepiest Shower Contest, only here on WTMJ.
Sometimes people change, and not always for the better. Take Senator Tammy Baldwin. What happened? She's been in D.C. for 25 years. Extreme left-wing groups have showered her with campaign cash, and now she's siding with them. Baldwin supported puberty blockers and sex change surgeries for minor children in Wisconsin. That's extreme. And Baldwin supports forcing women's domestic violence shelters in Wisconsin to admit biological men who claim to identify as women, making survivors of domestic violence sleep in the same building as men. That's just cruel. Tammy Baldwin used to share our values, but a quarter century in Washington has made her just too extreme for Wisconsin. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
If you're experiencing low energy, brain fog, or bloating, then your body might need a detox. Active Liver from New Nordic makes it easy to help your liver to detox your body all year long without any major changes to your diet or lifestyle.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
I'm Dave Sager. I'm the chairman of Bethlehem Evangelical Lutheran Church and School. In 1998, we made a decision to buy some property in Germantown. It was always the mindset someday we would build a church on that property. Horicon Bank bent over backwards for us repeatedly. I can't tell you how many times I reached out to Michelle on a Saturday, on a Sunday. Can you help me out? And it would not be possible without Horicon Bank and Catalyst Construction. Just amazing individuals, and it's all family.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from Three Pillars resident Lola.
I had seen a lot of retirement places. In a minute, I drove into the driveway coming into Three Pillars. I was sold. The grounds are just beautiful. The management are just incredibly kind people. That mood permeates the atmosphere to me, whether it's the staff, the people that's serving in the restaurant, and the residents themselves. It's just a lot of caring, kind people.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Martin Moore and Steve Glenn. The DMV, always kind of one of those experiences. You're like, I have to deal with the DMV. I got to get my license renewed or emissions done. But, the reality is renewing your vehicle's registration is getting easier and easier. And even emissions is getting easier. Actually, pretty easy. But now it's about ready to become much, much easier, hopefully. Let's hear a little bit more from Debbie Laziga.
It wasn't too long ago that I went over the steps to renewing your vehicle's registration and getting the emissions testing done. Well, now it's going to be even easier. Hopefully.
These are self-service kiosks where you can test your own emissions, and that's going to be a real benefit for motorist convenience to be able to do it at their leisure.
That's Mike Dory, the general manager for Opus Inspections. That's the company that the DMV contracts with to do the emissions testing for the vehicles in Wisconsin. He says for folks that wish to DIY this task, it's set up to be really efficient.
It's very user-friendly. It basically walks you through it.
So here's how it works.
It's touchscreen. So, you're going to literally come up to the kiosk, you're going to hit touch to start, and then the door is going to open where the OBD2 cable is located. You're going to pull out that cable. The hardest part of the test is connecting that cable to your data link port on your car, kind of get underneath there and plug that in. Once you do that, the car and the computer start talking to each other, and it's going to then ask you to verify a little bit of information. It'll ask you to verify your license plate number, which is important because people want to renew their registration. You got to make sure the plate is correct. The test takes about 3 minutes, and at the very end of the test, it's going to print you out a result. So it's that simple.
And there's a distinction with these that just may make a huge difference for those that don't want to wait in a line.
You can go to 87th and Brown Deer or 9300 South 27th Street right now and do those tests 24 hours a day. And between 10 and 6, Tuesday through Saturday, there's people around that can help. For those who are maybe a little intimidated, feel free to use them with some help or just come right to our regular stations as well.
Right now, those are the only 2 locations with the kiosks, but with enough thumbs up from the public.
The expansion potential is based upon motorist feedback, quite honestly. I think the state and us will be looking to see, what the motorists think of the kiosks, and if there's positive feedback, I would imagine that there would be some expansion down the road. But, we got to kind of see what people think.
They still have the standard list of garages that do the tests, as well as the VIP testing facilities if you're not into the DIY thing. A link to the list is on WTMJ.com. Oh, and one more thing.
It is for 2007 newer vehicles. So, if you have an older vehicle, you would still have to go to a regular testing facility. So 2007 and newer can test at the self-service kiosk.
Debbie Laziga, WTMJ News.
Self-service emissions coming to our fine state right here in Wisconsin. $85, right? The vehicle registration renewal in Wisconsin still stands at $85. So what do you think? What else needs to be self-service and easier in our lives? And first, do you embrace this concept? You're a car guy, Martin.
I don't know. I lease. One of the myriad reasons I lease is so I don't have to deal with this. So it's changed a bunch since the last time I ever had to do emissions is when you used to go into the dealership, and the Honda dealership, Schlossman's Honda City I went to. We opened that up for maybe like 6 months, and it was a nightmare because that's all we got flooded with. Sure, it's fine. All they're doing is checking to see if your check engine light is on. If the check engine light's off, you're going to pass emissions, and so that's all it's doing. So I think there's definitely an opportunity to sort of expedite people's emissions process doing it that way. But
efficiency and productivity.
Nobody likes emissions.
Yes.
No one likes it. No, and I'm all for making it easier. I'm just not doing it myself. Like, that just sounds confusing. No thanks.
What else? We got about a minute here, but what else can we self-serve from a government or a business standpoint that can make our lives easier?
I wish the government could just do my taxes for me because, boy, they have all my information, and if I'm wrong by a penny, they sure know it. So
and I
why
think
can't
that's
you just do
something
it?
that is being worked on. A more self-service product
that would be
for
nice.
taxes, and even some banking systems can be a whole lot easier. I think stamps and mailing could be a little bit more self-service too. If you're mailing old school, like there's still kind of a process there. You should be able to scan something.
Can you
and mail
still
it.
put a letter in your mailbox, and will the mail carrier pick it up and send it?
That's still a thing. You gotta put your flag up.
Believe it or not, I haven't mailed a letter in like 15 years.
Oh, my neighbors do it all the time.
So you can still do that.
They still have paper boxes on their mailbox.
I wonder if that's the mail carriers are super annoyed when people do that.
All right, the future of almost everything. Steve Glynn, Martin Moore. I'm Jeff Sherman. It's all about efficiencies and productivity. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.